Hello? Oh man, I feel better. I did a little bit of a dumb hello, camera. Let's get your shit together, camera. How's everyone this morning? I had to start a little bit late because I tried to have a cup of tea, which is only halfway gone. This is my smallest mug that I have, and I drank half of it, and I got very, 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 very nauseated. So, like to the point where I thought I was going to throw up, but I know myself well enough to know that because I'm not actually sick, it's just like if I have too much caffeine too quickly. So I guess half a cup of tea within 45 minutes is too much too quickly. So then I had to make sure that I made something to eat. But I'm here now. I'm here now and I feel much better. I had an English muffin, which is not a lot of food, but it's enough that I'm not gonna be like, ugh, blah, blah. How was everyone's weekend? How'd everyone's Saturday go? I felt like a giant poop machine, just churning out feelings of poopiness. So basically, I didn't really do much yesterday. I laid in bed like most of the morning. It was really bad. It was really bad. Felt like so worn down and exhausted for no reason. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel a little bit better today. I did not take my iron and whatever pills. My iron and whatever. I'll text Fred and ask if he can get it for me. But in any case, really didn't do much yesterday. Just kind of laid there like a lump. That was my weekend. And then this morning I got up and watched an episode of Doctor Who, and now I'm here. And that's what I did. And I'm ready for the game. Especially because about now would be the time that I would be starting the game if I had started on time. But I didn't. So it's okay. Let's boot up that Pillars of Eternity. And in the meantime, I will text my Freddy. Can you bring me the both pill bottles when you get a chance? The vitamins. Boom. Hey, Shadow Program. You gotta go for a walk and go to the gym? Go for it. Why is my mouse stuck in XSplit? What the fuck was that all about? That was very bizarre. That was very, very, very strange. There we go. Alright, I'm in the... Okay, I got unstuck. I unsticked myself. Well, yeah, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Oh my gosh, did he actually get my text in a timely fashion? Captain Panda! How are you doing today? What is up? Thank you.
LSD and Vicodin, here you go.
LSD and Vicodin, yep. It's totally... It's the only way I can stream. Is to get super high on LSD and Vicodin. I don't even know how that would feel. Like, how would one even stream on that? Like, I said it as a joke, and then I'm thinking about, like, what if I really did that? I don't ever intend to. But I'm like, what would that... I would just sit here hallucinating. It would be so bizarre. S1K Dope. MC, did you change your name? Or is that somebody new who also says hello, like MZ? It would be fun for us. I don't know if I'd be entertaining or if I would just be spewing a bunch of nonsense and none of which you could follow. I don't know if that's, if that would be entertaining. Or if I would just be sitting there and it's all going on in my head, I'm not even dictating. Alright. Oops. Got my pills for the week. Okay, so when we last left off, I had more conversation to do with Lady Webb. But I had gone past time, so I decided to save and stop. You're undercover? No, you just forgot to change your account on this PC. Oh, so that's a separate account. Gotcha. All right. Be back momentarily. I'm gonna have to quiz you about this account later because I'm too nosy. I get it from my grandma. Blame her. Okay. Now that I've taken my vitamins, this is a record. This is the 8th day in a row that I've taken them. Normally, I miss one day a week. It's always just one day.
How fares your search?
I have other questions.
Yes?
I have so many other questions, apparently. Tell me more about Dunreed Row. How did you come to be here? How old are you? Are you psychic? Is there a Lord Webb? On purpose? On purpose what? No, never, not on purpose. Yes, I see you. I see you, MC. But no, I never skip my vitamins on purpose. I just forget one day a week. But this week I took them every day. And now I'm on starting week 2. So this is day 1 of week 2, and I started on Sunday. Not because I actually think the week starts on Sunday. I believe the week starts on Monday. But my streaming week, so I stream 6 days in a row, and I'm off Saturdays. So Sunday's my first streaming day. So I start my pills on Sunday. I figured that might help. When I moved out, my mom got me a bunch of different vitamins, and I have yet to take them once. Been here a week now. That's okay. You can start today with me. Did she give you, like, a multivitamin or something? She's so insistent that I take them, and I just forget them every single day. So what I did, I have this little pill box, and it sits on my desk, always. It sits right under my main monitor. So when I'm sitting at my desk, which is where I am most of the time, it's right there. So it's easy for me to remember most of the time. You could also get one of those 7-day pill box thingies and keep it in your bathroom, like next to your toothbrush. Unless you're like me. So the reason that I don't do it like that is because the iron will give me nausea if I eat it on an empty stomach. So I have to wait until I've eaten breakfast, which is when I tend to forget if I'm not, like, having breakfast consistently, or if I wait too long in the day, then I'm not thinking about it anymore. She got me a pill box, one for every single day of the week, and I just told her if she got me that thing, I would just forget to fill that too. Oh my gosh, you're the worst. You're the worst! So yeah, the reason that I'm taking these is because I'm anemic, and which means that I'm low on iron, which then means that I'm tired all the time. But now that I've been taking the iron and the beef folate, which is meant to help the iron be processed in your body or some shit like that, now that I've taken it for a week and I've been, like, really, really tired every day, I'm gonna go to the doctor. I'm gonna go to the doctor because I don't think it's just me being anemic. Because I also tried to eat, like, all my lunches. I used to have chicken patties every lunch, but I switched to having a roast beef sandwich, red meat, more iron. Nothing fucking helps. I'm tired every single day, so I'm gonna go to the doctor, hopefully this Friday. I need to actually make the appointment, though. Look, I can't even remember a text right after reading it. It's a miracle I somehow got into a very competitive program at uni. Okay, I'm not gonna question it. I guess your brain is just It can only do the one thing. It's like, I'm gonna do the university thing. Maybe you'll be better when you're not in university. I don't know. Hey, Lethal! How are ya? How's your morning? I've literally done nothing in game so far. We've talked about fucking vitamins, which I don't mind. I love going on tangents with chat, but I feel bad because I started late. So let's... I'm just gonna go down the line. Tell me more about Dunreed Row.
All the things there are to know in this world, and you ask me about work. Deerwood is a rebel country. Conflict is in its blood. If you think a few guards posted in our cities keep chaos at bay, you are very new to town indeed. We are Deerwood's cipher investigators, of course. But what we really are is its last barrier against anarchy. People are more at ease when they believe they are watched over by someone more enlightened than they are. It pacifies them. So that is the image we foster.
Yeah, talking about vitamins is a lot of fun. And what do you mean when you start utilizing your texts? Do you mean texts like text messages? Or do you mean text like textbook? Because those are different. Because I initially thought text message, but then your second sentence makes less sense that way. So maybe I interpreted what you said incorrectly. That's a very, like, old world scholarly way to say, like, books in which impart lots of information. Like, I have this ancient text, you know? It sounds like some old-timey scholar nonsense.
And we do try to be enlightened for their sake. The knowledge we gather here is Deerwood's standing army in many ways. We learn what's vital and we act on it while Deerwood sleeps, blissfully unaware of the terrifying truths all around them. I wish I could tell people the things I know sometimes. But the truth is, I don't think many of them could bear it.
You can tell me. Tell me stuff. I want to know stuff. She's like, I don't want to rock your world, boo. And that's exactly how she talks. Haven't you heard her say that? Stuff like that? Yeah, she totally... I don't want to rock your world. How did you come to be here?
Me? I started this place. In a different time, under a different Duke. I impressed the Duke with my research and my work ethic, and he became possessed of the notion that I would be ideal to lead a secret network of gifted investigators. I don't know how such an idea got into his head.
She winks. How old are you? She gives a half-hearted gasp and covers her mouth with her fingers. You wicked woman, where are your manners? Were you raised without a shred of decency?
I lost count ages ago. Such a strange thing to celebrate, getting closer to death.
That's horrible!
Oh, I've had my share of work done to prolong my existence, if that's what you're wondering. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not done here. There are things I still wish to learn. And I'll be the effigy if I let Berith carry me off before I'm through.
I like her a lot.
There was a time when I considered enlisting the theorems of Pondgrum to extend my life indefinitely. I found the thought of devouring my political enemies to sustain my own life greatly appealing. I must have gone soft with age.
I love her. Alright, are you psychic?
If you are hoping I can look at your hand and tell you whom you should marry, you can just wipe that notion from your mind. I do not know what will happen tomorrow. That is what I pay spies for. Being a cipher is not unlike being a watcher. You notice more about what is already there.
Oh, my eyeball is itchy. Washing your clothes for the first time. You mean the first time, like, at college? while also preparing dinner. Such an adult. Or have you never washed your own clothes before? Somehow, I can't imagine you not doing that already. You personally, not humans in general. I know there are some people who... Let's not get into that. Anyway, and I asked you what... You've never washed your clothes before? What? Oh, you babby. Tiny, tiny babby. Did you take notes? Did you ask your parents how to do it? What a tiny little babby, MZ. Oh, and I asked you what you meant by texts, and I made a whole joke. But I guess it's late now. Until I went to college, I had never done it myself before. Really? I'm trying to think if I had, but I must have. Yeah, I think I have. Or had, rather. I know I used to help my mom with laundry when I was little, but it was more of the folding that I did. I didn't really, like, deal with the machines. I think I had, because I think I would have remembered if washing my laundry was, like, a thing that I had never done. So I feel like I've been doing it forever. That darn thing's more complicated than using a stranger's shower. Yeah, some washing machines are, like, unnecessarily complicated. Didn't take notes, but I did have my mom tell me 3 times how to do it without ruining the clothes. And the mom who lives in the house upstairs told me how to use it too. That's really cute. That's cute. Yeah, I'm fairly certain. Like, I can't remember the first time I did it because I don't think it was a big event for me. You specifically, Lecta, have been doing laundry since time eternal, even before you were born. Yes, I was born to do laundry. I should have opened a laundromat. What are we talking about here? We were talking about doing laundry on your own for the first time, rather than having it done for you. And Lethal and MZ said that they did it, they washed their own clothes for the first time in college, and I was trying to remember when my first time was, and it must have been before college, because I don't remember doing it. So it had to have been earlier than that. I can't even remember where the washing machines were in my freshman dorm. Do we even have them? Where did I go? Like, where did I bring my laundry? I only lived in my first freshman dorm for a little bit longer than half the year. So, like, a little longer than 1 semester. Because my roommate was a terrible, awful fucking person, and no one came to hang out with me because she was there. And they didn't want to hang out with her. So I got fed up and I moved to a different place. I can't remember where the laundry was in the second one either. Or the third. I can't remember where the laundry was. I am fairly certain that we had laundry. I remember the kitchen in my third dorm, which was my second year. And then junior, senior, and the year after college, when I still lived in Wisconsin, I lived in the same apartment building and a house, and I vividly remember where everything in that house was. I don't know. What? Your roommate threatened to kill you twice? What the fuck? Why? I probably should have washed my clothes a couple days ago, but I just kept delaying it. Well, that's everybody. Everybody does that. I maybe only recently started doing laundry myself, because I still technically live with my folks, and I don't really need to do it too often. And my mom was weird like that. Okay. I share a house with a guy who studies law and a family who lives in the top part of the house who have 2 kids. That doesn't sound very college-y. I don't know that I wouldn't want to live with children, especially if I were in college. I want to be like rowdy and loud, and I'm very loud. I love being loud. I thrive when I can be just fucking loud and I don't have to worry about annoying other people, blasting music, having parties all night. I mean, I rarely had parties all night, but Halloween, that was an exception. I was like, my Halloween parties were fucking rad. You know what I love, Lecta? What? Anyway, I'm gonna click this.
Many can hold an object and know where it's been, or peer into the thoughts of people around them.
Really?
They can also sometimes affect those thoughts, but that would be unethical, of course.
She cocks a painted
A tiny,
eyebrow.
talented few pick up so much about the world around them, they can get images of things to come, but these are fleeting and unreliable.
I felt like I did it the first time, and then every time after that, I didn't. I think I'm just imagining it. Being gay. Yay! First time I was alone for 2 days when I had 26. Are we doing old-timey stuff again? You guys in your weird old-timey statements, like, I cannot remember this ancient text filled with information. Not a text message, MC. I'm assuming. I have this text filled with knowledge. And it's like old-timey scholar. When I had 26 years, that's John Pope. When I had 26 years. So rule of thumb was always, no, don't cook, wash clothes, things like that, because you'll screw it up. She doesn't even let me do the dishes sometimes. Yeah, some people are like that. They're like, I'd rather just do it myself, because you're gonna do it wrong. I can be pretty darn loud during the day, but the kids need their sleep, so I can't get away with blasting music in the evening. During the weekdays. What's that button do? Hey Arno! Enjoy a royal salute! I lifted up my foot when I did that. But unless you're watching Glecta's stream, you wouldn't have seen. But she also did a royal salute for you. 106 years ago, yes. You and that joke, why do you like that stupid sandwich joke so much? It's so bad, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh, I saw the royal salute, yeah you did. Dat caps lock, MC. Did I miss something? I don't know if I missed something. It's a joke of a joke of a joke. Yeah, and I hate it. I don't like that joke. You know the chain of it? I got too distracted with my old-timey sentences. But yeah, that's unfortunate, MZ, that you can't... Oh, I stopped when I was reading MZ's comment about the kids need their sleep. Yeah, I would choose not to live there personally. 'Cause that's part of the fun bit of being in college, is that you're away from parents and like people who want to tell you what to do or who can tell you what to do. So you just do whatever the fuck you want. It's so liberating and I love it. That's part of why I like being alone in the house sometimes. 'Cause I think if I were to be loud and obnoxious, like Fred wouldn't mind. Like he knows that I'm a human and that I enjoy it and he would just let me do it. But I want to be considerate of him and know that he's doing his own thing. I don't want to bug him. So, like, I'm loud enough, but I don't, like, go ham. I don't go ham when Fred's in the house. But when I'm alone, like Fridays, on Fridays usually, like from the morning until I stream, I'm like, it's time to be super loud. Although I haven't been doing it recently because I've been so fucking tired. How's everyone today? I'm alright. Hold the fuck up, you're human? Just barely. Because, Lecta, I make mean sandwiches, and it technically makes me a lesbian. Alright. You sprout a vagina with which to be a lesbian. Okay. I inserted that last part for those of you not reading chat. No, the family upstairs is pretty nice about having uni students living here. They just want their kids to be able to sleep, which is great because I can get to study in that period. Yeah, I would not enjoy it personally. I like the freedom to do whatever. Like when I was in college and I didn't have a roommate upstairs, or like my roommate was out of the house most of the time, I basically had a house all to myself. So I played fucking loud music any hour I wanted. I mainly, like, I don't know why, but I like vividly remember this stretch of time when all I wanted to do was play Plants vs. Zombies and listen to Tool. So I'd like listen to Tool really, really loud on my speakers. See, I don't like using headphones for my music unless I'm trying to shut other things out. But I like my music to fill the room. So I like put my speakers on, listen to Tool, and then because I only had the one CD of Tool, I would then put on the 2 Green Day albums that I have, and then Blink-182. I think I had a couple of albums, one of which I know by heart, the other one I only played like a couple of times because my cousin like burnt a copy for me or something. Anyway, that's all I did. I just like be like, it's midnight, time to play Plants vs. Zombies. That's what I did. Yeah, John Pope is an interesting fellow. He doesn't ever mean anything by it, but a lot of the things he says are questionable. What I said was mean? I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. I know you didn't. I know you know that I didn't mean I didn't mean any offense. But I apologize. It was thoughtless. I was never alone in my house for a long-ass time. That sounds horrible to me. Went from that to stretches maybe 2 months being alone all day, every day, and it gets real lonely. I love it. I like having my house empty. I don't like not having anybody around, because then I think I would go insane, because I'm way too social. Thank you for being understanding. I appreciate it. So I can actually do whatever I want, and I love that nobody's telling me what to do, such as my mom. The rent is dirt cheap for what I get, so all is well. Alright, if you're happy. I'm just saying I would not be too pleased. Even if I didn't feel like being loud and obnoxious, I just like that option. I don't like feeling restricted. Whether it's an artificial restriction, or whether I'm going to utilize, or whether I would utilize the freedom or not. You need more coffee? Yeah, I'm gonna try and finish my tea now that I don't feel sick. Hey, Wormy, how's it going? Anyway, I'm gonna try and get through this conversation, because, we've not... I've been playing the game for the last 20 minutes and we've gotten nowhere. I'm still in the same room. You said you don't know what will happen tomorrow.
Who said I was talented? I don't. Least not that I can trust. And with me, it's only ever about one thing anyway.
Yeah, Fred does that sometimes too. Sometimes he just says stuff because, like, he wants his mouth to say the words, but he doesn't, like, mean any of what he says. Like, he'll often specifically say a sentence, like, let's say he wanted to work in the word persnickety. I don't know why that word came into my brain, but it did. He'll specifically say a word that makes no sense in terms of whatever conversation we were having. And he'll say, I just wanted to say persnickety. He'll like call me persnickety, even though I didn't say anything at all. And when I'm looking at him, like, what the fuck? And he's like, I just wanted to say it. Like, okay. Just clip it, Arno. My monthly rent for everything is $400 a month. That's nice. That's pretty nice. Just woke up, still sleep. Oh, what's that? What is that thing that your foresight is about?
A quiet day at home.
She glances back behind her toward a small table, and a queer smile finds its way across her face. Is there a Lord Webb?
There was.
What? He probably died. She's elongated her life. What happened to him?
He believed in dying with dignity. He was old-fashioned that way, my husband.
Cute.
We saw the world very differently, he and I. But he was good to me while he lasted.
Aww.
Yes?
I don't like that that's still, like, highlighted. There are no other questions. I asked everything. I played the enhanced version? I don't know. Let's check my library. It's definitely in my replay list, so it's easy to find. Yes. Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. What followers did I have? I don't remember. I would know their names if I heard them. But right now, I'm having trouble remembering. If I go AFK, sorry, not sorry. My cat's being an attention whore. Aw, kitty! That's so worth it. Kitty snuggles and pets are so worth it. I do not at all blame you. Alright. So let's go back downstairs. I think we can finally move on to a different section of the city. Because I explored this section. And I went inside all of everywhere. And we talked to Lord Raymont. Warrior chick, archer chick, mage dude, or rogue dude. Mage dude is the one in the library who wants you to swear that you won't party with demons, right? Oh! Penhelm's face is white. Just talked to that little cipher, did you? One of my novitiates told me he'd seen someone enter the record. He'd seen someone in the records room. He takes a slow step toward you, extending his hand. Give me the affidavit. I've done nothing to you. His other hand comes to rest next to his sword. What does this mean to you? Your superiors deserve to know the truth. Cheer up! You always thought you were someone special. Soon, everyone will know you are! Don't worry. I'm sure the knights will let you stay to scrub the latrines or give it to him. I'm not giving it to him. Because there are only 4? Use that sass. I probably will. Now I'm remembering how much I hate North Carolina laws. Why'd I have to be born there and not New York? Ugh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I miss New York so bad. 3, I'm probably gonna pick that. I kind of want to ask what it means to him, though. My brain just totally shut down. I was thinking a thing. Oh yeah, Divinity. I was wondering, like, if this constitutes spoilers, and I got wrapped up in my own brain case. Just started the game, but I've made a mage chick and warrior dude for myself, so I decided to take the rogue dude. Bear daughter, yeah, bear daughter. I really can't get my marker changed on just about any document because I can't afford, don't really want a 10k surgery. Ugh. Laws are stupid. A lot of them. Let me rephrase, because someone's gonna be like, you don't like the laws that say that people can't kill each other? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I just don't understand why people can't let other people live their lives. Like, it's... Like, let people be who they are. And laws that don't let that happen easily are fucking dumb. Your brain just shut down? Shut the fuck up! Oh, what is that quote? I don't remember the number, but it's like, fuck you. I love you. Also, fuck you. I don't even know if I was talking to you, but it sounds like a thing that I did. Remember when I ranted about the new Star Trek TV show? Yes, I do. Apparently the whole Star Trek community agrees with me. Okay. Like I said to you at the time, I didn't watch it when it came out, like the original, so I have no thoughts. You have to do search quote, and then it'll bring up a number. It unfortunately doesn't work like some bots do. Yeah, but looking at her butt makes sense. Okay. Still bothered that ships don't meet each other upside down? What do you mean? Ships don't meet each other upside down? The only ship that should never be met upside down is the Borg. Oh, you're talking about Star Trek? Okay. I have no idea. Got it. Woohoo! Fuck you. I love you. Also, fuck you. Yup, that's a good one. Hey, Wraith Dagger. Cheer up. Alright, you guys want me to be sassy? I'll be sassy. He draws his sword and spits at your feet. I won't let you ruin me over this. Alright, whatever. We're gonna murder his face now. Huzzah! Knock him down so he can't do anything at all. And I would also like for you to do an arcane assault. In just a second. Put it right there. Let's do this. Why is everyone, like, all up on his dick right now? He can't fucking go anywhere. What the shit? Alright, do that. You do that, and you keep doing this. Why are you guys insisting on dying right now? Alright, so you... yeah, everyone attack this guy. I mean, he's going down, but there's really nothing I can do about that. He's the healer. Ah, so they're going for all my squishies. Holy balls! Stop it! Alright, everyone attack this guy. Yeah. Everybody! Everybody, 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 everybody. There we go. Yeah, dead guys. We did it!
I don't suppose we could rest a spell.
Yeah, we'll do it. Don't worry. Don't worry, we'll rest. Ooh, your health is failing. Talking about how somehow literally everyone has the same down, but in space there's no such thing as down. Yes. I totally see. I got hit. I got your plate mail, dude. I got your plate mail. Cause he knew that I was going to get the affidavit and he chose to attack me and therefore he's dead. What's with this locket? Huh. I don't remember what that locket was for. What? Oh, here it is. I was like, where did his family plate go? It's pretty neat looking. I wish I could put it on my body just to
Hey.
see what it looks like. This one comes out in a month or so? I don't know. Most people are upset about— what most people are upset about is that out of all crew, there are only 2 white people. Oh my gosh.
All right, then.
Welcome to the world for every colored person ever. Stupid people getting angry about something like that. I also disagree with it just in principle, people hating a thing before they've even seen it. Like, it's not out yet. You don't know how it's actually gonna be. Also, writers apparently more interested in their SJW agenda. Yeah.
All right, then.
Who the fuck is that? This is probably a Kickstarter person that I don't remember. Yep, that's why I don't remember you. They basically stopped the scene and yelled at an actor because he said, "Oh my god," because in writer's head, religion doesn't exist in the future. Okay. I thought it was explained somewhere that up and down were based off of the galactic plane. I could totally be blowing that on my ass. It could be. Again, I'm not a Star Trek person. I just think it's silly for people to heavily judge a thing before they've even experienced it yet. Scroll? Okay, I've not done that. Enter Heritage Hill. We're not gonna do that quite yet. We need... Yeah, we probably need to go to Heritage Hill and fix that before we'll get other stuff done. We can't do Raedric yet. Can't do endless paths. Travel to the cliffs, we're not doing that quite yet either. Here is Osric. I didn't remember where he was. Michael! 001001. How you doing? Do you enjoy Path of Exile, or, sorry, Pillars of Eternity more than Baldur's Gate 2? Yes, absolutely. 100%. I care way more about what's happening. Way more. Yeah, I'm an atheist and I say, oh my god. Because it's just words come out of my mouth. If there's no religion, then no one would say, oh my god. But, well, language changes over time. Like, nobody used to say, oh my god. They used to say, dear god, or by the heavens, or like shit like that. And if things have changed, then that phrase is a very modern thing. So I totally understand not wanting that in something futuristic. Yeah. It's just, it's seeped into general culture, and it has nothing to do with whether or not you're religious. Power over Ethernet's pretty cool. I don't mind the whole race thing, but what I do mind is them taking a thing I love and twisting it into something I don't agree with. But you don't know this yet! It's not even come out yet! It's not even come out yet. It's not even out yet. Where is he? Dun 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 dun. I mean, I wanted to go to the... Okay. Has anyone played this game before, and do you know if you can get out of that situation without killing him? 'Cause I want to know. 'Cause I wanted to just have his superiors look at the affidavit and compare it and be like, this was not correct. And I'm gonna go back there and try to do that anyway, even though I've killed him now. You didn't finish the game this game? or Baldur's Gate 2. That, and also Klingons have been changing constantly with time. Yeah, these are things that I'm unaware of. I'm not into Star Trek. I don't really give a fuck. Also, phrases are changed. Like, I say, oh my guy, because I had a typo once. I think my autocorrect took over, and it said, oh my guy, and I thought that was hilarious.
Some fermented caribou milk.
Well,
would hit
whatever
the
happens,
spot
at least
right
we're out
now.
of that mud hole, Gilded Vale. I grew up in Gilded Vale. Quaint. That's what I meant to call it. No, you had it right.
He's like, no, it's a mud hole. I grew up in a mud hole. Ack! You asked me for one, and I said no, not until you're older and more responsible. Do you remember this conversation? Oopsies. Gordy's eyes are fixed on the ground in front of him. Yes, sir. And yet, I find you out here, playing with a blade that clearly belongs to the knights. Do you see the problem? I didn't steal it, honest. I traded it for a secret. He points at you. Ask her. Oopsies. You've seen the trailers don't count as the whole thing. Reserve your judgment. Don't be up in arms because they took, like, weird parts of a thing and you don't like the conglomeration thereof. Klingons have always been used like by that. I'm just gonna let Lethal argue with you, because like I said, I don't know Star Trek. I'm gonna yell it because I've said this like 80 times to you personally. I don't know anything about fucking Star Trek. I cannot argue with you about Star Trek because I do not have the knowledge. I don't give a fuck about Star Trek. I'm not a Star Trek fan. I'm sorry that you're upset. My opinion is that you should wait until you see the actual thing, not the trailer. The trailer is not the same thing. It's fine to be skeptical, but keep an open mind until you actually see how it plays out. Just because you see a split second of a thing doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just what you saw went against whatever ideas you have in your head, and you rebelled. Now stop asking me about fucking Star Trek. I don't care. You don't know anything about Star Trek? I didn't believe you the first dozen times you said it, but now I'm starting to. Hey, Lecta, what do you think about that moment in Star Trek where they did the thing? You all need to shut the fuck up. The only part that I know of Star Trek is, come to Quarks, Quarks is fun, don't walk, run. That's the only part I know and the only part I like, and I've seen the most recent, like, 1 or 2 movies, and I enjoyed them. That's it. That's all I fucking know, okay? That is as far as my enjoyment of Star Trek goes. I'm talking to the people in chat. You kept tagging me! You kept tagging me in it! You can't say you're only talking to people in chat. Get the fuck out! Get out of here. Dishes have now been washed and I have returned. Behold, I am an adult. Well done. Well done, you little troll. Hammer turns to you. Is what my son says true? He wants to be a Crucible Knight. I thought it was a good way to get him started in an honorable profession. Or, yes it is. It sure is. What are you gonna do about it? Or lie. I've never met this boy before. Yeah, yes, it's true. I'm not gonna try and... I went behind his parents' wishes and I was just like, you can have a knife. Well, whatever. Here you go. You know, the original Klingon looked that way because props and prosthetics aren't as good as they are now. A troll where? All of you! Hey kid, want a sword? I didn't ask him, he asked me. Alright, anyway, yes, it's true. He's just a boy, do you understand me? What were you thinking, getting him a blade like that? You stay away from him from now on. Come along, Gordy. I won't have you loitering out here all day. Okay. Fine. At least he's not gonna get in trouble. Like, it's clearly me. And rightly so. I'm just like, yeah, your parents say you can't have a knife, but, what's his face? Adair said that he had a knife at your age, so I was like, it's probably fine, and I got him the knife anyway. Who am I looking for? Laura. So, we're on our way to do a thing, but she's also part of our... Can you defenestrate someone in this game? Otherwise 1 out of 10 game. We've been able to climb into a window, but I have not yet been given the option to throw somebody out of said window. Who the F names their kid Gordy? People in Pillars Land. Too much cheese. Oh, that's unfortunate. For me, there is no such thing as too much cheese. I can have as much cheese as I want. I would like to eat just a giant block of cheese for no reason, other than it's delicious. Disappointing, I know.
Well met, friend.
Always good to see a familiar face. How can I help you? I'm looking into some disappearances. I hear that your sister's gone missing. Laura's voice drops to a whisper. I didn't think anyone would help me. Aww. When Cora disappeared, I tried Dunreed Row, the Crucible Knights, even the dozens here. She points her thumb at the large building behind her. No one had time to look for a missing girl then. She bites her lip. That was 3 weeks ago. If there's anything I can tell you that will help, just ask. Tell me about Cora. She's my younger sister. Always had a head full of dreams. She was convinced there was something special waiting for her, that should be remembered and happy and important. Laura shakes her head. She's got plenty of heart, but not the commitments to match. Still, when she got that theater job, I thought she was about to turn around. What was she doing around the time she disappeared? She had just gotten into this acting troupe called the... You know this. Concentrate. Forget it. Let me ask you something else. The Revel of Stars. That's it. She was pretty and inexperienced. Laura hesitates. I think that's why she was so excited to get a role. I'm afraid I don't know anything else about it. They're right over there. I talked to them. Hug your kitten. I was sitting in the bathroom. I heard yelling about Star Trek. Yes, and mostly how people should not try to talk to me about it. That's what it was about. Just went climbing today with a friend. Oh man, I want to go. It was so great. It was like a huge gym with 4-meter that means nothing to me. Tall climbing walls. God, I loved it. And it was just free climbing? 5 out of 7 with rice would recommend. Why is that your highest recommendation? Or is that like highly would recommend, but then a 7 out of 7 with rice is like must experience immediately? "12 feet. Okay. Barbaric Imperial people. I don't know any better. I'm just a dumb American. I don't know any better. I was thinking today about going to Scotland and whether or not I should try to refine my British accent so that they don't hate me for being American. Not that Scottish people specifically will hate you, but I feel like embarrassed when, like, if I were to go to any, like, European country and be speaking with an American accent. Okay, let me rephrase. Any English-speaking country, because if I were in a country that didn't speak English, then I would try to speak whatever language, and then my accent doesn't matter because I'm speaking a different language. So yeah, I was like, maybe I can pretend to be British so that they'll like me better. But then I was like, Scotland and England don't really have the best historical relationship. I don't know what to do. They're gonna hate me regardless. It was just a silly thought. Just a silly thought. Anyway, when and where did you last see your sister? 5 out of 7 is a meme. A guy once rated the movie Fight Club 5 out of 7. People started turning that into a joke. Okay. I'm mostly unaware of memes. Accent still comes through in other languages too. Not if you're good. I'm pretty good at languages. And I tend to pronounce things like the way that they're said rather than how an American would say stuff. Can you do a Canadian accent? This is basically a Canadian accent. All of the Canadians I know talk exactly the way I do. That's because I am a meme. I am a meme. I'm in a meme. I am become memes. Rule of thumb, roll your R's in Europe and you're good. Yeah, I don't think that's how that goes, but okay. I'll be sure to try that. She was at our house getting ready for her big performance. That was 3 weeks ago. Did you see Cora with anyone when she disappeared? She is very sociable. She always enjoyed crowds. Me too. I'm afraid I can't narrow it down beyond that. That's all I need to know right now. Laura puts both hands over her heart. You don't know how much this means to me. Just to know that someone's actually looking for her. Aww. Anything else I can do for you? Not right now. But that's really cute. Actually I need to go up here. Best bounty that's come up in a long while, and guess who steals it out from under me? I missed all of that. Sons of bitches, giant slayers, yeah. I mean, try it now. You sound Eastern European and nobody cares. Okay, I'll start right now. Ready? I mean, try it now. You sound Eastern European and nobody cares. I don't think that did anything for me. I don't think that's accomplishing what you wanted it to accomplish. English people are often surprised when they find out I'm not English. Apparently I use a posh accent when speaking to Englanders, but it's involuntary. Yeah, you don't have terribly much of an accent. At least to me. I'd have to like re-listen to our Friendship Friday stuff. Hey, Osric. Oh, wait, this is not where I meant to be. I meant to go to Crucible Knights first. And then come to Osric. And give him the armor. Because I don't want to close out the thing. Like, I want to know what happens if I bring the affidavit. Well, that was funny. Maybe less rolling and more hard R's. Yeah, I don't... Hard R's! Like, I don't know what you mean. Hard R's! English people make me speak with an English accent, and talking to Americans makes me have no accent and speak like y'all. Oh boy. Y'all. I think I've stopped saying y'all because I haven't watched, what was that show? Miss Click's Prophecy. I haven't watched that in a while, so I haven't heard Rob speak. But I only ever said it when I was, like, annoyed. I would use y'all when I was annoyed. I think Brackenberry? I don't remember where fucking anything is. I on purpose started talking in a strong accent because I'm a rebel like that.
Perhaps a little rest is
You're
in
allowed.
order.
Yeah, we'll get rest when I'm ready for rest. Where the fuck is the Crucible Knights? No, we were just in here. Ugh. Where am I trying to be? I don't remember where anything is. Is it in First Fires? Concept of hard R is weird to Americans. Well, cause R, this is already a hard R. R. It's already what we would consider a hard R, so I don't know how much harder I can possibly make my R's. Ducal Palace? Where the fuck do the Crucible keep? Okay, here we are. Whereas British people have a very soft R. R. I'm saying the letter R. Talk to a French guy and those rolling R's will be very prominent. I worked with a French guy and I don't... Like, he had a French accent, but I don't specifically remember ours being very rolling. His name was Thierry. That is a hard R. Russian. Hurts my ears when I hear somebody speak English with a French accent. Really? Okay, if you're saying Maria. In a Spanish accent, you get a hard R. It's like a rolling R, but you stop. What? Maria. That's a very soft R. That's not a hard R at all. I'm not... Did you study linguistics, John Pope? Because I'm confused with you. Because everything you're saying is unclear to me. And I'm... That's not a hard R. That is not a hard R. So I'm just gonna go Seti spaghetti, oh my god. Barracks, forge, war room, shrine, training room, archives. I think probably here.
We just don't have the manpower.
Who the fuck? That you? Hey, I want to talk to you.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
Commander Cliver stands in front of a massive table, studying a map. His expression is set in a grim frown. He opens his mouth to say something to one of his men, but he follows the soldier's gaze over his shoulder to you. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna ask him the generic questions and then try to... Still digging this? Absolutely. You're upset? In my language, letter is spoken as it is written. And R is R and not R. R. Well, no one's saying R. Embassy just... Ah! Tell me about the Crucible Knights. He crosses his hands behind his back. We're the only professional army in Defiance Bay, or in the Deerwood for that matter. We defended the city in Hadret's day. I feel like I've heard this before. Okay. I guess maybe not. Now we're responsible for... This color is also toxic. Oh, I don't like it. MC, why would you do such a thing? Now we're responsible for patrolling the city and keeping the peace. With so many refugees pouring in from the countryside, that's become more important than the more enterprising... Wait, what? I just think I skipped a line. That's become more important than ever. Unfortunately, that's earned us enemies, particularly among the dozens and some of the more enterprising families in Defiance Bay. What do the dozens have against you, even though I'm fairly certain I know already? Pink? Yeah, you're a pink. I played a few hours yesterday and all for to fight. Moved on to PUBG for the rest of the day. Gotcha. He snorts. They're demagogues and troublemakers. They forget that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world and not some frontier outpost. Most of them are mercenaries on a good day and street thugs the rest of the time. Needless to say, they've no patience for law and order. Tell me about these enterprising families. House Dominel, namely. They're one of the city's oldest noble families and its largest criminal organization. Their patriarch, Gedmar, has been trying to take advantage of the turmoil to expand his operations. We've kept on top of him, and he hasn't been too happy about that. I see. Was there something else I can do for you? Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates, and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Haelmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
For a second, he looks as if he won't say anything, but he surrenders his resolve with a sigh. Yeah, I know that feeling, Joe. That's how I feel with the Raedric fight. And I'm sure that eventually I will come up with a way to deal with that. You know what? I could probably try to cast Web and trap everybody in there and then pull my one person back. But I also wanted to have 6 people in a party, which I do now. I'll go back eventually. Anyway, to stop the rant, in my country, English R is soft, American is medium, and RR is hard. In every Slavic language. We also pronounce I like you pronounce E. Well, that's a lot of languages. Like my favorite, Swahili. Notice that even the word Swahili, E-E, and it's spelled I-L-I. Swahili is great. It only has 5 vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U. Done. Solid. Fucking love Swahili, man. I fucking love Swahili. Ninapenda Kiswahili sana. Sana. And I love just going sana, 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 which basically means a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Since when does pink of all colors fit me? It's hard to explain. It just does. You'll love Serbian because it's the same. A, E, I, O, U in Spanish is A, E, is... Wait, what? Is... A, E, O, U. I think it's more of an E. It's not an A. It's not that, I forget the word for it, the proper word for it. It's like a mixed vowel sound. Danish has what? A-E-I-O-U, A-E-O slash A with a hat on it? E is like A. Yeah, I know, that's a mixed vowel sound. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. It's been a while since I've, like, really thought about it. It's, like, kind of in between. It's not as, like, hard pronounced. It's not as, intensely pronounced as I just did it. Danish E is E. E. Welcome back, Arno. No, you're Joe. You tell him. You tell him. Anyway, frustration flickers behind his eyes. Blah, 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 blah. Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. With so many newcomers, Newcomers? What the fuck is wrong with my mouth? With so many newcomers, can't you just recruit more soldiers? Quit being dramatic, you chose this career. What's wrong? Can't keep a bunch of desperate, homeless, half-starved civilians in line? Or that's unfortunate. Is there any way I can help? Or can't you recruit more? More recruits means more training. Joe! Joe! Woo! Which means more time from experienced soldiers that I don't have. He half turns away from you. Anyhow, I hardly see how this is any of your concern. But if you've got the time to ask me about it, perhaps you've got time to do something constructive. Sure. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an animancy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights. Warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitator throws a rock at him, we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. Viana lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. This is his area of expertise anyway. Awesome. Once you've brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have need. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Cool. You're in charge though, because I have something to tell you, and I killed one of your people and a lot of your other people. But they totally came after me first. Stop dabbing. I'm not dabbing! Newcumbers. They're like cucumbers, but newer. Every time, I imagine every person on our Pretty Girl Ugly Faces is making an E sound. Like, Pretty Girl Ugly Faces. Why is that a subreddit? Why? I mean, there's a lot of stuff on Reddit that just makes me go, why? If there's any language in the world that have the same amount of sounds as we do, it's actually Mandarin. I didn't know you screamed my name when you sneezed! Oh boy! Yeah, Lecta says Joe and she feels allergic to something. Great. Joe! Oh boy, let's listen to this. There are way weirder subreddits, I'm sure, but I've just never heard of this one. Hardly see how this is any of your concern, but if you've got the time to ask me about it, perhaps you've got time to do something constructive. Sure. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an animancy scholar
get to it.
to build what we're calling Forge
I hate listening
Knights.
to myself.
Warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience,
Especially
or fear.
when I'm stuttering over
Some
all my
agitator
fucking
throws a
words.
rock at him, we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around long. Hardly see how any of... Joe, that has no sneeze in it whatsoever. Failed. You failed. Pretty Girls Ugly Faces subreddit is hilarious. It's actually pretty girls making the worst faces ever. Ooer? What's ooer? Do I want to know? It started just after the sneeze. Rookie mistake, Joe. Rookie mistake. Once you've brought him the research, he can sell you... Oh, right. You're in charge? Here in Defiance Bay, anyhow. The High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's currently stationed in Fleetbreaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forces in Defiance Bay and to keep order for the Duke. Okay, but I'm trying to... Oh, God. Okay, so he doesn't give a fuck about Penhelm. Is there somebody else who gives a fuck about Penhelm? Because I wanted to progress. You clipped something from Puck Dad? I'm sorry you're having troubles, Wormy. Can I get in here? Who's in here? Anybody in here? What's in here?
A simple task settled.
Just want to see what's in here. It's just a robe and a helmet. It's a garbage helmet. I'm just looking for someone who gives a fuck about what I'm trying to say to them.
I can
What's
do
in
that
here?
settled.
No, don't want to steal from them. Ur intensifies? Do I want to know what that is? Commander Cliver said you're working with an animancer to build Forge Knights.
So much for his talk of secrecy. I'm building Cleaver's Metal Warriors. He says they're what we need to keep order in Defiance Bay, so...
Dunstan massages his temples, leaving soot streaks on the side of his face. He shrugs and shakes his head. How are you creating these Forge Knights? Suits of armor and souls. Cliver's had me repairing and reinforcing unused armor for months now. just so we can fill them with some poor sod's essence. He wipes his shining brow. As long as that scholar girl's got her numbers right, infusing the armor with a soul won't be that hard. But that's not what bothers me. Do you disagree with Cliver about the Forge Knights? I disagree with him on near about everything, and this is no exception. These Forge Knights won't solve our manpower problem. He can call them what he wants, but they aren't knights. Doesn't take Itumak's nose to smell the trouble here. A group that can't stand together is headed for a fall. He folds his arms and looks at the ground. And don't get me started on the other problem. Those souls he's bought to power the Forge Knights? Cliver keeps telling himself that they came from willing donors, but he knows better. There's a reason you have to buy souls through less than legal channels. We should be clearing those scavengers off the road, not doing business with them. And you need Viana's research to complete them. Okay, hang on. Never said... Okay, what is this? So we're gonna play some butts.
I suck at butts. I should have rephrased that. Second it left my mouth, I was like, yeah. Oh.
It's already a quote. I think quote 89, if I'm correct. I definitely do what? 10 out of 10, I would recommend following this link. Oh, I do the ugly faces? Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to try to just contort my face into something horrible. I never send an amateur to do a professional's job. Oh man, I'm not good with computer, please to help. It becomes Russian in the second half. Can you recruit more? More recruits means more training. Jew! Jew! Woo! That's more like Jew! If you really want to say it's a J sound. A Jew! Why are there... Okay, so I've just noticed the popular clips on the bottom. And two of them are Korean girls who look like they're eating stuff. And one of them is Super Smash Brothers, which I can't fucking understand why, but we're just gonna move on now. What MC linked? Oh, I don't know. What are you talking about? Oh! Jew! Why did it have to be negative? Maybe I'm just, I really like talking about Judaism, and I want to teach you about Passover. So I say Jew! Yeah, I know, I get that it's popular in Korea. And I actually was looking through, like, and social eating still has a lot of people in it. Ugh, I don't want to watch people eating. It's not my thing. Mine shows a mullet guy playing PUBG. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at a subreddit right now. I'm streaming. It's one thing to click on like a short clip, but I'm not gonna look through a whole website right now. A mullet guy? Why? Why a mullet? Why? Anyway, you need the research. She's been working out a method to transfer souls into the armor. Getting the process right is critical. He holds up one hand. Bind the souls too tightly, and you get something like those flesh constructs at the sanitarium. Barely bright enough to avoid walking into a wall. Well, they're all dead, don't worry about it. He raises his other hand, but bind them too loosely, and they'll be too self-aware for their own good. Mad killers in metal bodies. Enough. If only.
Hey.
Enough about the Forge Knights. Well, if only. Alright, I guess we're just gonna give him Osric's stuff. That's very... Or, like, give Osric the, armor that we got off Penhelm's body. Like, that's kind of an unsatisfying end to that. to that quest. I wanted... First of all, he attacked me and I didn't have a choice. And that always is bothersome, but it happens. But I really wanted to still be able to talk to Osric and be like, hey, I killed him. I'm sorry. Here's what happened. Yeah, mukbang.
Perhaps a little rest
What's wrong
is in
with your
order.
mullet?
You're from
It's
Gilded
your
Vale?
mullet? That's nasty.
Then you're close to home.
Close can mean a lot of things.
Surely you'll go back when this is all over.
Ah, shit. Did you get him the dagger? Oh, shit. What? No, of course not. Gordy's a nice kid, but March steel is expensive. He'd probably cut his fingers off anyway. Joe, I know you were talking about how you overheard people saying that the kid cut his fingers off. That didn't happen in my game. Just today we found out what happened because I came back to Copper Lane. His dad found him with the knife and was like, I told you couldn't have one. Like, how'd you get this? He's like, she bought it for me. And I was like, yeah, I did. And the dad was like, what the fuck were you thinking? I was like, okay, that's fair. But he still had all of his fingers. He didn't hurt himself. I think it's because I said, like, this is not a toy, be careful with it when I gave it to him. The mullet isn't on his head. Oh, God. What does that even mean? Oh, God, I have such a terrible image in my head. Arno, why did you do this to me? Why? Why? I'm picturing. Okay, you guys have to live in this horrible world with me. Ready? I'm picturing a wiener. Here's the wiener. And balls. And the wiener has, like, a short tuft of hair here. And then it's like really long hair right underneath the balls, so it's mulleted. And it's not attached to anybody's body, or maybe it is. It's, why? All that to get to a secret you already found.
Hey.
I know. But it was a cute interaction anyway. Maybe because you tossed him the
course.
dagger? Oh, God. Joe, you irresponsible fucknut. Is this the armor you wanted? Osric wavers a moment in disbelief. He looks at you, then back at the breastplate. He reaches for it slowly, as if expecting it to disappear before he can touch it. How did you manage this? You were right about the affidavit. Unfortunately, Penhelm forced me into a fight. A shame it ended like that, but he's the lying weasel who started this. You did all I asked, and you are owed much. He withdraws a leather coin purse from his pocket and hands it to you. Stop by Sonild's shop on the other side of the hall. She sells some of the best gear in the city, and I'll see that she opens her inventory to you. What's this armor to you anyway? We already asked this, but I'm gonna click it anyway. Wait, Lecter, what exactly is wrong with that? Isn't that how pubic hair should look? Fuck no! You know what? I should... I can't do it on stream because it's probably against TOS. But I should draw a picture of what this looks like in my head because it's way more horrifying than I think my description is showing. And it comes down on like off the sides too. Like, no, why are you having like long like pubes don't even grow that long. Like this is not even a possibility. Like, but it's like long hair. Yeah, I know Discord's a thing. Next time on Project Pencil, penis with a mullet. Yeah. It's horrifying. You know, I actually did some drawings, not penis related. let me just tell you all that. Cause I'm trying to come up with some sort of a logo rather than a mascot. Cause I love my meerkat drawing. And I'll still definitely use it for stuff, but I want, like, a concise logo, you know? So I was just kind of, like, doodling stuff. And, well, here are the Daleks from the other day. But on this side of the page is all the crap I was drawing. This is from a rubber stamp, the like Celtic knot looking thing. That's from a rubber stamp, and I was just copying it for fun. And I screwed up a little bit, but it still looks pretty neat. Anyway. Is it a pullet or a mullis? Oh boy. Oh my. Oh my. Pullet sounds like you want someone to yank your dick. I'm gonna go with mullis. I could teach you about logos for hours after high school and my time at uni. It's not a problem of, like, I could come up with something easy, but there's nothing, like, great. What are you talking about? You get something like this? Merkin. What the fuck is that? What is that? The image is tiny. It's been a little while. God, you guys. But yeah, it's hard when, like, my name doesn't mean anything. So to try and come up with something, and I also don't like most depictions of, like, anything royal. I don't like crowns as iconography. I don't want to know what that is. It's a wig for women parts? Why? Merkin. An artificial covering of hair for the pubic area. Okay. Why is it called that? Why is it called that? A jerkin for your... many vaginas? I don't know. I don't understand. Just look at LL Cool J's logo and you're golden. Pubic wig. Merkins were originally worn by prostitutes after shaving their genitalia and are now used as decorative items, erotic devices, or in films by both men and women. Interesting. But why would you shave it and then put it back on? I mean, I'm just thinking the only use I can think of is in Amanda Palmer's Map of Tasmania. And Joe, if you have not seen that video, you should watch it. Everyone should watch it. Oh, crabs and STDs. Thank you. Great. Okay, now it makes sense. Hey, Surprise, how are you? Your logo could be Lady Ellie One Love in all caps like that, just yelling at people. Just yelling. Just yelling. And having pubic hair was a sign of being mature. Well, I agree with that, personally. Olivia Wilde wore one for the show Vinyl. Never heard of Vinyl. Ooh, pizza. We're talking about pubic hair. So I'm pretty good, because I like discussing weird shit. Anyway. I'm gonna ask him about the armor. Osric looks around, trying to appear casual. It's nothing really, just a keepsake. You were so lying to me. He tries to look you in the eye, but when he does, he appears to reconsider. He sighs. It commemorates the Order of Magrin, highest order of valor, awarded to the dead, never to the living. Us Deerwoodens, real Deerwoodens, we don't have nobility or birthrights, unless you're some copperfucker from Edir. All we got's the honor we bring to our family name. Ah, copperfucker, that's a new one. So this, he pauses, considering the weathered metal, a pale image of its former self, but still catching the light, is something to live up to. Got business with me? No, but I'm fascinated. Now we know Electa Sports. I've been pretty open about that. I talk about that Amanda Palmer song enough that I think it's been pretty clear for many moons now. Got it. That's the kind of day this is gonna be. Yep. I think it only lasted one season. Well, you like only one L or two L's? I don't know. I don't know if a logo needs to have an L. I don't know. I would have to see it. So what I want out of a logo is for it to convey. So first of all, I don't want it to be generic. Second of all, I would want it to convey some aspect of the whole theme of the channel. So like, say something about meerkats or hype or royalty, but without crowns and shit like that, because I don't like it. Ouch. But yeah, I think at one point I've flat out stated the state of such things. Amanda Palmer song? Yes. Look up Amanda Palmer, Map of Tasmania. Actually, I'll look at... you know what? We're gonna listen to part of the song because I want to. I'd like to order a hype dance, please. Oh, you would? I don't even know who just did that. Hikikone. Hikikone, thank you for the follow. We're gonna listen to an awesome song because you've... oh god, that was terrible. Let me try again. Yeah! Apparently my songs are no good, but I hope you liked the dance. And thank you for the follow. Oh my god. Fuck it! They don't play the song on the radio. Oh my god. Fuck it! They don't play the song on the radio. They don't play the song on the radio. They don't show that it's on the radio. They don't know that we are the media. They don't know that we start the media. I don't want to see what I'm making you. I see some big seat and I'm shaking you. Walking down the street, I'm the lady. Showing off my map of Tasmania. I have to pause it so I don't get muted, but I might get muted anyway because it was a little longer than 30 seconds. But I urge you to click on the link and watch the video. The video is fantastic. The song is fantastic. Can I just say that your voice acting and storytelling totally pushes this game to be awesome to watch? Thank you. That is so kind, Surprise. Pfft, Joe. What a time to follow. I know, right? Cocky Pop, Lecta. Your songs are always awesome. Sometimes they're a fucking mess, but I think that just lends it to my charm, I hope, maybe. Anyway, I urge you guys to listen to the rest of the song. But the video is really fantastic, so...
Hail, traveler.
You should watch it, and it goes along with our conversation. So the wilds haven't claimed you yet, she smiles. Good to see you again. Show me your shit! Ooh, exceptional. Ooh. Extra accuracy and damage. That's better than fine. But I wonder if it's better than... Bracers of all-consuming rage? Dandy hat of the diseased yak? What the fuck is that? So it makes you dumber, but it ups your resolve. This is ridiculous. Can we have a Lecta announcer for every game ever? One that every once in a while just shouts, "Mother dicks!" Cocky Pop. Are Merkin's machine washable? Well, how do they attach to your skin/body? Cause... If they're just adhesive on one side, then no, you wouldn't be able to. But if you can remove... Like, how would they be held on? And I would love to do a random announcer pack. I would totally do a Dota announcer pack. I would love that. I don't know, I've never used a merkin. That would be so distracting. That would be a terrible surprise. Just Dark Souls boss fight and I'm shrieking at you. The legend behind this hat is that it once belonged to a famed prince of a small kingdom that was conquered and absorbed into the Adiran Empire. The prince and his court were known for their outlandish dress, but not, unfortunately, for prowess in battle. In fact, when the prince learned that the Adiran army was marching toward him, he threw a fabulous party to welcome the invaders. This hat survived the war and subsequent occupation, and has been traded in many a dark corner by those wishing to further their social standing with panache. You'd just see my feet and be like, I gotta just gleh, 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 gleh. I'm glad I didn't continue drinking. I had like a tiny little sip in my mouth and I just had to spit it back out. Oh boy, game comes up on a sex scene and suddenly gleh. That was great. Next up on Cardboard Cosplay, Cardboard Merkin. How would you do that? Oh, but I used yarn. I could totally do that. I could make an awesome like crochet Merkin. Why don't I do that one day? Have just a Merkin day. Merkin day. I really want to know how they attach though. Like I really want this. Cheers. Thank you, Hamzy. Merkin loincloth? That could work. Up-a-bum-bum-bum. Lined with garish purple silk and adorned with a large chartreuse feather. Wow, that is a color combination. Chartreuse, for those of you who don't know, is a very bright green. Joe, if you ever watched, I think it was Space Ghost. I don't remember whether it was Space Ghost or Space Ghost Coast to Coast. But Zorak is chartreuse. I'm green, I'm chartreuse. That was one of his lines, and I used to say that all the time when I was little. Did my mom ever find my Zorak costume and post pictures on Facebook? Because I bring up this costume so often. Anyway, the hat makes a strong, if questionable, fashion statement. Yeah, that is quite the thing. Snurf's Folly. Resolve and Constitution. We have a ring that does that. Somebody has a ring that does either that or something similar. Yes, explain the colors for Joe. Well, I know how to do it. It'd probably break 2S by not wearing it. I wouldn't put it on. I would not put it on stream. What are those loops attached to? I'm confused. Does this person have knobs on their hip bones and then the other circle goes into place? I'm so fascinated and also perplexed. Do you not have hooks to hold things on? I could make a really crude joke, but I will not drag Fred into my nonsense. You get piercings to attach the loops to. Oh my god. That is such a commitment. That is such a commitment to a fashion statement. I literally bring it up so often, like, gosh, I can't even. MZ, shut your dick. Shut your dick. Grants minor fetid caress. No thank you. Cloak of the Fox and Hunter. Will 5, reflex 9, and grants summon noble creature. Interesting. This is too long for me to read, but... Munakra Aret. Grants Whisper of Treason. What does that even do? And will plus 12. I don't even know what this is, though. Like, what is it? Oh, it goes on your head. It's a monocle! You have a knob between your hip bones. Good to know. Just 2 hip piercings and a taint piercing, NBD. By the way, Lecta, shockingly, Joe is trolling. Really? I had no idea. No, I guessed that. So we don't need any of this stuff, except for that I would like to... Let's see, what's he using, eh? Compare. So this does more damage and like double accuracy and damage. That would be excellent. Well, exceptional. Having one of those would be exceptional. The hunting bow doesn't actually do that much. Why would you... Let's see. Oh, okay, his is fast. And the war bow is average. Got it. So this is faster. So this technically does more damage-ish. Masuk, her range is 1 meter less. This does more damage, but speed. This already has accuracy plus 8. And this does piercing crushing, which is nice. So this is my problem, is that I can't decide which stuff to have people... Aw, you fed a kitty! No, that's worth it. Can you go into your crafting menu? Sure. Why not? I want a Lecta brand merkin that has "shut your dick" embroidered across the front. I like it. That's my stash. Yes, what would you like me to look at, Joe? I learned something yesterday. I don't think it's a spoiler since it's right there in the crafting menu. I haven't looked in here at all. But I don't mind. Go ahead and tell me. Uh-huh. Yes, we made that joke already. Still good, though. Scrolls level 3. Sure. Crushing. Scroll of Revival. Oh, I don't have the stuff to do it because I don't have a Drake Talon, but that's awesome. That is really cool. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I will look in there when I have the stuff to do it. Anyway, let me...
Good day, stranger.
Let me look at her stuff just a while longer. What are you using, eh? A fine arbalest. This is basically just... Oh, only 1 more damage. Well. So it is better. I mean, they're all better, but I don't have enough to give everybody a thing. You know what I mean? This is a little faster. It does a little bit less damage. I don't know. I'm very, I'm very indecisive when it comes to what items I want everybody to use. So I'm just gonna sell stuff and get on with it. No dank talons. I have 2 on Aloth and Durrance's quick slots. Didn't even know such things existed. Yeah, I had no idea, clearly. Clearly. I had no idea. What do you take to get to the fail train? The blunderbuss. Stop. 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 Alright, where am I? Built to last. Da da da. Okay, I am not gonna do the rest of this right now. I'm not gonna do any of this right now because I'm working on looking through. I want to look through the other places that I haven't gotten to go yet. So I'm gonna go back to First Fires. Because we've been to... I've made you laugh enough today. It's time for cringe jokes. No! This is a Lady Lactus subreddit now. The Stop Girl. That one? Is that girl? Stop. Let's go to... So we've looked through Copper Lane and First Fires in Brackenberry. I want to go to Ondra's Gift and look in there. Yes? Haha! Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that it's just that GIF over and over and over.
A campfire would be good.
Yeah. You know what, actually, I changed my mind. We're gonna go back to Copper Lane, sleep in the thing. I'm hungry, but I have a grand total of 0 food that I want at home. That's always the trouble. Is if you get picky about what you are willing to eat, even if you buy groceries and you're like, but I don't want this.
Failures. Bowel reach among them. But does that warrant attacks on innocent practitioners? Superstitious kith have spilled their share of blood.
That's no comparison. Animancers have the advantage of education, and with that comes authority and responsibility.
I have to say, it's wonderful to have someone to debate with. You'd think they'd be more welcoming of it at the Law College.
Or we could enjoy a glass of wine and a comfortable silence.
Cute. What's the one fetish you or anyone in chat could/would never get into? Anything to do with poop. Yeah, no pee, no poop, no puke. I agree with that. I would never do anything involving, like, blood play. Like, I don't want anybody cutting into anybody else's flesh. It's not my jam. There is no worst one. A lot of crazy fetishes are equally bad. I mean, there's probably a lot of stuff that I'm not even thinking of, but, like, the basic stuff is just... Keep your bodily fluids... Well, most bodily fluids to yourself. Glonfathan's Soul Hunter has arrived. By seeking employment, she was nearly... Wait, what? What did that say? She was nearly set upon by brigands on the road, but your patrols intervened. Okay, cool. Skull for Mother expires in 1 day, 17 hours, but I can't do it. Because I don't have any people. And I don't know how to get people that fast. Yeah, nothing to do with bodily fluids that aren't supposed to be there. That's what I was trying to get at. Like, regular vanilla sex fluids. God. John Pope, why? It's okay, I'm not really that embarrassed. Like, vanilla sex fluids. I'd like to order a hype Just dance, generic. please. Save. Word choice. I know, it sounds like I'm talking about a flavor. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Court of the Hype. We don't always talk about fluids, I promise. Yay! Think of the clips, Lecta. No, not vanilla versus chocolate. I just mean vanilla as in, like, basic, regular sex fluids. You expect those to happen. You know, if everyone's doing what they're doing correctly, you expect that those happen. And being weirded out or grossed out by those is a little bit silly, in my opinion. I know that there are people who are like, ew, glass happening, gross. These are all your companions? You're way past me? Oh yeah. I have the sickest fetish. I like consensual post-marriage missionary. Ooh, yeah, girl. Shit gets me hot! You know what I've noticed? I use the terms man and girl. Not man and woman, man and girl, like without genders. I don't think of those terms as gender when I'm like referring to a person and calling them that. For some reason, I don't think anything to do with that tastes like vanilla. Even the things that are supposed to taste like vanilla? I don't know if that's accurate, Surprise. Yeah, I don't think that's accurate. I hear that's a load of bull. Arno, why do you know things about a bull's load? I thought the same thing, Joe. I thought the exact same thing. Even when I'm playing PUBG with the wife and kid, I still say, come on, boys. Yeah, like Sacriel uses boys as a generic term. He just refers to chat as boys. It's like, we did it, boys, but he doesn't really mean like, all of you are men watching me right now. He just means like, it's just a term that I'm saying. Just like dude. Dude is totally gender free. I said I heard, damn it! I don't believe you. Girl, he like, asked if I wanted to do missionary. Ew, gross, how dare he! Anyway. They say Red Bull contains the same chemical found in bull semen? Really? Half the time Carrie is talking to me, she says, ooh, girl! Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to check this crap in here. I can't do anything. I feel bad not being able to do this quest, but I can't. I would like to talk to the soul hunter, but I don't think that that's actually a thing that I can do. In any case, let me rest.
How do you do?
Tell me about yourself. Oh, shit, that's, I forgot. Can I get a room? I just need the common room, thank you. I'm gonna rest, I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna go on a break. I wanna stretch, I wanna get water, etc. I don't think anyone cares about gender-specific dude, bro, boy, girl things anymore. Some people do. And some people don't. Some people do use them and attach gender to them. Not everybody uses them as gender-neutral terms. Look at this fool. That is totally... Yes. Well, yeah, there's some situations where
Hey.
it's meant as gender. Like, I don't always say girl and mean gender neutral thing. It's just when I'm addressing someone, like I'm talking specifically to a person, and I say, ooh, girl, it's gender neutral. I will say ooh, girl, whether they are, in fact, a man or a woman. Same thing with man. If I'm addressing somebody. But if I'm telling a story, like if I'm talking about someone that you guys can't see, I would never say, I saw this man walking down the street, and actually mean a female. I would never speak that way, because it just convolutes my meaning. You know? But it's only when I use it specifically. I'm sure there are other people who use stuff in all sorts of different ways. But
Hey.
when I am addressing somebody, then it's gender neutral. But in pretty much all other situations, it's not? Does that make sense? Someone's offended, called... Wait, hang on. Let me do this, and this, and this, and I'm gonna catch up on chat really fast, and then I'm gonna take my break. I was in a stream the other day where someone was offended they were called a girl because they were a woman. Oh my god, really? that is way extreme. Especially because the streamer or the chat person, John Pope, I know that was you, even though I can't see it. I know that was you. Because, like, how am I going to know how fucking old you are? I rolled my eyes and closed the stream. Okay. Or was it the streamer that got upset? Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. That's kind of silly. The more R's in the word girl, the more gender neutral it is, I believe. Hey, Gurnan! Oh no, that's funny. I've met women who get offended if I call them girl, even though girl and woman are interchangeable to me in some contexts. Well, and I kind of understand it, sort of. Like, I kind of get it. It can be viewed as being kind of demeaning, but I also think that people sometimes automatically just take it as demeaning without thinking about whether it was meant to be that way or not. I often say my man in sentences when referring to people I'm talking to. Yeah. I call Arno a little bitch all the time, even though I'm fairly certain he's not a female dog. You'd be surprised. Girl. Maybe gendered. Girl. Neutral. I feel like calling someone by whatever they want doesn't devalue anyone in any way. It makes some people happy, so why not? Well, calling somebody by a term that they specifically ask you to call them by is 100% what you should do. I think that's a different topic. We're talking about people who, like, would overhear, haha, I knew it was John Pope. I'm talking about, like, people who overhear me saying, to MZ. Like, me and MZ playing Friendship Friday, say, ooh, girl, to him. And then we're like, you shouldn't say that, meh. Or someone could be upset that I called another female person girl. Be like, you know, that's really demeaning. You shouldn't belittle her like that. But, you know, there's some people that are gonna take offense because maybe they're, like, trying to be considerate, but they're taking it too far. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, there's all sorts of little situational things. I just wanted to let everybody know that generally, when I say man, dude, or girl, and I'm referring to a person specifically, or sometimes I use it as an exclamation, just a general, like, dude, the other day, blah, blah, blah. It's just kind of a word that it has no meaning or gender. That's how I use it. I can only explain my shit, not anyone else's shit. You know how old someone is by their merkin. It was just people in chat. Alright, well, who fucking knows then? Yeah, I totally get that. I don't know if people go out of their way to be offended, but you have to realize, and I think we've talked about this, I think the last time we talked about this was when I was playing The Witcher 3. I believe you were there for that. When, you know, you have to understand that people who don't have your life experiences, like, maybe most of the time they interact with people are meaning offense, and they are trying to be assholes, and they are trying to make people angry by using similar phrases or words that you don't mean in any sort of negative way. And sometimes, yes, people are, like, too sensitive because they have these experiences, and you just have to remember that. And also remember that because you're speaking in written text, no one can hear your inflections, you know. Even talking to Fred sometimes, like, in person, I have a hard time sometimes telling when he's joking, because he says things in a very, like, deadpan manner, which when you can tell he's joking, it's really funny. But then other times when I can't tell he's joking, I'm like, why did you say that really mean thing to me? and I have to like kind of sit there and I stare at him, trying to in my mind say, was he joking or being a dick? It's always joking, but I would never call ferociously Steph dude or my man. I don't know. I'm not familiar with her. Excuse you, I'm not a man. I'm a small boy. Yes, you are a babby, MZ. Babby. Please refer to me as Lord Pigman. I don't know that I'll remember that, but I'll try. I've been called a motherfucker. I'm offended because I have in fact never had sexual relations with a female parent. No MILFs for you, Arno? Yeah, it's usually between the person talking and the person listening, but sometimes it's hard to tell. For example, a third party has no business deciding if you can refer to me as girl, or when me, Lecter, or Carrie, or anyone else says, ooh, girl. Oh my gosh, that gif. If Monkey Bones ever calls me a motherfucker, I've got the best comeback to that ever. Oh god. Joe, don't traumatize your child, please. Poor Monkey Bones. That's a good point, Lecta, but I don't think it's ever fair or constructive to assume malice. You're right. People on the receiving end of this should be more aware that it's not always fair to assume malice. But when it's like 95% of your interactions, you also have to understand that they're probably going to be primed to defend themselves because that's what they're used to. I mean, it's not great on either end. But usually people who are willing to just be like, you know, I'm sorry. I think that maybe, you know, my tone or my intent was not, like, you couldn't tell. I'm stuttering all over. I need to take a fucking break. I'm sorry, guys. Deadpan is the best. Hello, what do you mean you can't hear me? One of my best friends and me always get in fights over WhatsApp. Oh, God. Before you move too far from it, I often say girl instead of woman because woman can sound too formal in some contexts. I don't know about that. It's kind of funny, though, because some people get offended by girl because it's demeaning. Like to say something like sort of more diminutive to someone that you don't necessarily know. But then on the other hand, some people get offended when you call them ma'am because that makes them sound old. It's weird. Steph is a trans heroes player, grandmaster level, top 100 in the NA. She's super positive, but her chat can get stupid. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to be like such a wonderful, positive person, and then like some dumbass wanders into your chat, but it happens often. That's unfortunate. And John Pope, I would say that derogatory terms, whether they mean a certain thing to you or not, it's not being derogatory. Or a slur. Let's say a slur. Don't use slurs to mean a thing when you know for a fact that they mean something really horrible to other people that aren't you. That's just what I generally go by. You can say, yeah, it's just a word, blah, 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 but it's usually, like, those words are taboo because they mean horrible things and the person is trying to make you feel like less than human. So I just don't do that, and I expect my chat to also not calling me Lord Pigman. That's so disrespectful. I said I would try. I heard this is a stream which plays Tales of Berseria. Is this true? In the past, yes. Never said never, just that I hadn't. Okay, got you, Arno. You guys are making it impossible for me to... go take a break. I am really enjoying the conversation, though, so I'm hesitant to go do it. Maybe it's my background, but I don't see those words. I mean, but you probably haven't had those words used against you to be negative to who you are. Like, just at a genetic level. You haven't had those words used against you in that fashion. I mean, maybe someone's called you that to mean wuss, in which case it has been used against you, but you in your brain say, well, that's not my personality, and you can just move on from there. I've been called many nasty words when I was young. Maybe I'm desensitized. It depends on the type, though. It depends on the situation. Like, people call me all sorts of shit, but they're not calling me things based on something that I can't change about myself and that has hundreds of years of negativity behind it. So it's completely different. You're about my age. Girl seems a bit diminutive, but woman is way too formal. I don't know. Young lady? I don't know. I don't know what you would call me in terms of gender. Like a gendered term. I have no idea. I guess I see what you mean about woman, but I'd never think of it as woman is old. I slur all the time. People think I'm drunk. I just slur. Oh, you. Funny thing, I never hear anybody say woman like they say girl. I only ever hear woman as in know your place, woman, but maybe that's just my experience. Also true. It really depends on the context, and sometimes people can't infer the context, especially if they're just reading a sentence that you've written on the internet. Even the word grandma can be offensive. That's also true. I don't use slurs, though. Well, good. I'm glad. That's why you belong here. This is why you call everyone fool. It's equally offensive to everyone. Yes. Speaking of genetics, I wear glasses and I'm bald. You think any choice in that? I still hear, sup, you bald, four-eyed cunt. Well, yes, I understand, but it's not quite the same. Like, people have not been persecuted in the same manner for having poor vision or for being bald. Teased, yes. Bullied, yes. But it's not quite the same. You don't have to just on principle fear for your life because you're walking down the street with glasses and no hair. You know? It's a little different. You need a merkin. Yes, I agree. He needs a merkin. I had a grandmother who didn't like being called grandma. She was okay with grandmama, but grandma had a negative implication to it. That's fascinating. Yeah, and strangers aren't exactly surprised. I don't think strangers are going to do that. That's like schoolyard shit. Like, I don't feel like most adults are going to say that to other adults. Or if they do, I'm like, what went wrong with your childhood? Anyway, I'm going to go on a break. I love you all. I am enjoying this conversation. If you guys are still talking about it when I get back, we'll continue. But I do want to get up and stretch and get water. Because my mouth is dry. Okay.